Welcome back to the A to Z coaster of the week. Just kidding. Wow, I actually that I didn't even. Wow, is that the second week in a row that I've done that? Oh man, this is the best coaster of the year weekly series. And last week you guys voted for the best coaster of 1993. Voted for Kumba at Busch Gardens Tampa, the B&M sit down. It defeated Flight Deck at California's Great America, another very nice intense B&M. Tornado at Strickers Grove, the radical old like classic-ish, but not really classic Woody out in Strickers Grove. And Kenny Blaster, the pretty intense arrow looper that hauls ass. And I mean, I definitely agree with this. Kumba is the most consistently intense out of all these. But Flytech at CGA, two great helixes on that ride, great inversions as well. A very good invert, very underrated. Tornado at Strickers Grove has one insane airtime drop out of a flat bit. Very nice underrated ride as well. And Kenny Blaster is probably one of the best aero loopers. He just hauls ass through the whole layout. Really radical. But Kumba's just intense the whole way through. One of the best B&Ms and just a very good ride. So yeah, Kumba totally beats everything else here. So moving on, we've got the best coaster on Min 94. You're going to vote for one of these four coasters. We've got Raptor at Cedar Point, the B&M Invert, Grand Montserrat at Parc des Fonds, Spain Village. In Japan, the Mack Mine Train, Nemesis at Alton Towers, the B&M Invert, and Desperado at Buffalo Bills Resort and Casino, the Aero Hyper. So you're going to vote for one of those four coasters using the eye in the type of corner of the video. Now for the more coasters that opened in this year. 1994, we had two Batman the Ride clones, one at Magic Mountain and the other pictured on the top right, Diablo at Heimji Central Park, which is still operating today. It's a pretty cool color scheme, kind of just over a field, but very cool black and red. Looks pretty rusty now. Probably hasn't been repainted in 25 years, no, almost 24 years. Wow. Pepsi Max Big One, or just today it's just known as the Big One, but it used to be sponsored by Pepsi, which was very cool. That's over at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which has a really good first drop. The rest of the ride is trash, but a really cool first drop that whips you around and has some decent air. Also, Grampus Jet at Greenland was a Vekoma swinging turns, which means it was like an arrow suspended, except it was made by Vekoma. Very interesting. Hoosier Hurricane at Indiana Beach opened this year as well. That was a CCI Woody out over the water. Pretty cool, Indiana Beach. Both hurlers opened in 1994, so you got Twisted Timbers now, the one at Kings Dominion, but the one at Carowinds is still operating. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Shockwave at Drayton Manor, the Intamin stand-up, which I figure I should mention. There was I'm pretty sure there still are coaster enthusiast events where they allow you to ride it standing backwards, like your head is facing that's all I'm gonna say. Very interesting, weird ride. The last stand-up coaster with a 0G roll. Fun fact: Titan Max at Space World, pictured there in the yellow. That is a very weird aero hyper that closed this past year, unfortunately. And also White Canyon at Yomiuriland, which closed 2013. That was the Togo RCCA combination, weird, silly ride at the park that has Bandit, the awesome Togo looper, or not looper. It's basically a hyper. And also White Cyclone at Nagashima Spyland opened in 1994. That was the insane Intamin Woody, and that's being RMC'd. So very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're starting to get a lot more well-known coasters opening in these years, so we're gonna have some interesting voting. Probably not this time, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And the video here.